Okay, so here we are, game 2, RPI versus San Jose State. I'm Matthew Genzulator East.
And I'm Michael Human Lake Putawala.
We're going to have San Jose spawning at the 6 o'clock with Protoss, and at the 9 o'clock on the LT, we're going to have RPI spawning as Terran. They're probably going to end up scouting each other very late. They're probably going to send scouts to pretty much the opposite side of the map, and then find each other later on. But we'll see. We'll probably if Terran's smart, he'll probably notice that the probe scout, which normally comes earlier than the SCV scout, has not reached him, and will probably assume that they're in close quarters like this.
Alright, and something interesting I just noticed is he's placing a supply depot. He's placing it quite close to his barracks. Command center. A lot of players like to send it up near here, but the problem with that is it can be a liability later in game with harass and things like that. So that's very good, very confident play. He's very confident in his micro to hold off any of
very confident play.
Another interesting thing about this game is it's a very high level game. Both these players are well above 1500, so we expect to see a very good, very competitive game, which should be a nice change. And here we have, let's get the production up. Here we have Yoda throwing up his gateway, and at the same time we got Street throwing up his barracks.
The workers seem to be right about queued up on time, right next to each other. The barracks, I see Terran is not putting it on a wall. He's not even attempting to put later buildings into a wall, so the SCV is scouting, and it's going to be scouting in the correct direction. I think this is very confident, as Mike just mentioned, to not be walling against Protoss, especially when you know your close quarters. We might see a bunker or something going up in lieu of a wall, but we'll see as the game advances.
Yep. Definitely. I agree with you completely about that confident play. We see the orbital command coming up, and let's see. I would have to say, I think these positions might actually favor that no wall off, because this is actually, I would say this is actually slightly further to go than just straight across right here. And I think we're going to see a lot of dropship play and things like that as well. I think, how do you feel, what do you think both players are going to go? Do you have any predictions about that?
I really don't have predictions. I see the cyber core going down. It's pretty standard. You can't predict anything from a cyber core after a gateway. But we see a tech lab going down, and I expect to see there's another barracks, so I think we're going to see about a 7 or 8 minute push of Marines and Marauders or something like that. This probe is getting sniped off in the middle of the map. Great Marine micro for Street. SCV saw what he needed to see coming back home. Pretty much very standard opening for the Protoss player. He's going to be chrono boosting his gateway and his cyber core, getting that warp gate up.
Alright, so I'm thinking if he's going to go, Terran looks like he's going to go some early, medics and medics, Marines and Marauders. So that's good. And I gotta say that the Protoss, he's gonna have to get Colossus or Storm or something like that to hold off, because an early or a mid game Marine and Marauder push can be devastating for Protoss if they don't have the right things to counter it. Because they'll just evaporate Stalkers and Zealots unless in lieu of charge and Storm and things like that.
We can't predict the composition yet, though.
This is true.
Get beyond us. There's the third Rax.
There, it's coming up. We got Stim also working away. So we got one reactor, one tech lab researching Stim. The Protoss, we're seeing a robotics facility. So what do you think this means for their Protoss?
One gate robo, I think we're going to see him, I think he's going to pop out an Immortal before he pops out a Colossus. Can't say for sure though, but I mean, it's very risky to get this robo out here. I think he's going to put in a second gateway very soon now, because he's got a ton of minerals. We see another probe about to get sniped off, but no, there's some Stalker and another Stalker and a Zealot. That probe might get picked off right here. These units on the cliff are clutch. They can get that probe if they want to, but they didn't.
And here we're seeing the money rack up quite a bit for. And now it just went down. What did he just throw down? He's building a Nexus. Okay, so we're seeing an early expand. That would explain.
This is a very vulnerable Nexus.
Is a very. I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, we got an early one base push coming from Street here. So
if Street commits to the push, this game could be over very quickly.
It could. And we see Street's a touch ahead on supply by about 12. So I'm worried right now. This seems to be a pretty strong build coming at that 7 minute mark you were talking about. Very good. And we got They're one gate, indeed. Immortal coming out. I gotta say, I don't think this Immortal is gonna help. That's a lot of Marines, and even the Marauders. They still help slow down that Immortal so Marines can get right in and hurt him. So here we got more coming out. I gotta say, do you think the Protoss can hold this off?
I think the Protoss is going to need some great micro. He's going to make great use of the cliff if he wants to hold it, and he is not. He is not at a unit advantage right now. Oh, there's a sentry warping in on the cliff. He's not even bothering to scan. He's just walking in. There's a stem. T-button auto win. Mortal goes down. Oh, there we go. Nexus is canceled.
There goes the expansion. I gotta say, I think the most important thing for Protoss in this position is to get some good sentry force fields up, you know? And he only had one sentry out at the time. He got one out shortly later, and his force fields were lackluster, to say the least. I think we're gonna see just the Street happy to just sit there, and he's just gonna sit back and he's gonna play this game out, because he knows. He just canceled expansion, and there's no way that Yoda's gonna be able to get back in this like this. I'm surprised expanding again. This is a very surprising move.
Yoda does have a robotics facility, as us Brood War people know it, and that's going to bring in a Colossus soon. But no, Observer's coming first because he knows there's a big MM ball on the field, so Observer takes priority over Colossus when there's an MM ball out there, you know.
Definitely. I really like this composition. We got a lot of Marines up, and here we got some action. The Zealots coming in, some decent force fields,
Zealots are coming in and going out at the same time. Then another Nexus is going to go down, I think. I don't think he learned from the first try.
I have to say he didn't. We got a 75 supply to 45 supply. We got 30 supply difference, and let's see if you can spot that Observer and take it out. Nope.
I'm waiting for a scan so we can shoot up the cliff.
Oh, definitely.
I don't know why it's not coming. He has the energy.
The one thing is that Street's tech is a little late. He's just getting up his factory now. I'm surprised he doesn't have a starport, at least on the way here.
Yeah, the tech is really risky because Colossus can make a huge difference if you don't have any siege tanks or Vikings or anything like that.
And I feel like Street, this would be a great time for Street just try and, maybe, you know, with only 3 sentries, try and scan up here, do some damage, and possibly run up and really hurt Yoda.
I think it's definitely time for Street to expo, considering the fact that he has actually done 2 successful pushes, and there he does it, right like clockwork.
Yep, very good. We got that Observer wandering and seeing what's going up, and Yoda moving in and moving back with his troops, so he's definitely nervous. We got that first Colossus on the way, so that'll definitely help Yoda. That will help him, especially with this cliff. You're going to see this Colossus position here, just bring down the
cliff
scan.
making a huge difference.
And notice, a lot of these Marines, they've stimmed twice already. A lot of them are hurt, you know, some of them are in the red, so this Colossus could prove to be, you know, a very important factor in this game. We got supply blocked momentarily.
Street is making the good call to pull back.
He's got a supply depot on the way. And here he does medevacs.
I don't know why that factory is flying right now. The flying factory, is he going to explore? Let's go over here and explore with this. Come on. He has Vikings. No dropships. Those aren't Vikings. Hopefully he knows Vikings are going to be necessary against that Colossus, because I think he knows that there's Colossus tech going down, because obviously he realizes that the Protoss is a high-level player and knows how to respond to MM Ball. So this MM Ball is in a lot of danger right here, because the Colossus, if it's micro properly, can really... Oh, no, the micro is too good. The micro from Street. I think that's going to be game. The Colossus goes down.
I think that's it. We got 92 supply to 49 supply. Plus
this is looking like game.
We're going to have vision up here in a second with these medevacs aside. That they're tired
okay,
of roaming.
Street, stop being indecisive. Just go up the cliff. There's nothing there.
He's being very decisive, but the problem is being decisive.
He's being decisive about being indecisive.
Exactly.
Right?
He's in drop. Shut up.
And here we got some more. Excellent. Let's look at the income tab here. We got a huge lean income.
Look at that saturation. It's beautiful.
Excellent saturation. In both the expansion and the Mave.
I'm actually aroused by the saturation.
Calm down, man.
I'm sorry.
And yet you're sending this video in while saying that.
And here we got you.
So, Protoss is just doing the same thing. Does he have his lance? His
thermal lance is coming up. Almost done.
Almost done.
Here you got some Vikings coming up too, so that's definitely...
Vikings, yes, finally. Because he was supposed to build those before, right? But he built dropships.
True. I'd say, I think he was planning to do some dropship micro up here, maybe some elevatoring. And
he doesn't need to. That's the problem.
That's true.
So Vikings are out. They're gonna take down that Colossus. I don't know why he's not going in from behind with the Vikings. That would be creative. He doesn't need to. The MM ball is too big. All of the yellow units are dying, including that Colossus. And there's another Colossus about to die. Okay, GG. Nothing left.
GG. Oh, GG.
Good game, guys. Good game.
Well done,
That was
Street.
actually
That was almost
That was
a
a very
very
good game.